This is the Weber Genesis E-325 liquid propane gas grill, and my honest first impression is that it feels built for real cooking, not just occasional weekend burgers. I went into this with a couple of doubts. Would the heat actually be even across the grate, and would the extra-large sear zone be more than marketing copy? After several cooks, steaks, burgers, chicken, veggies, and a pizza night using an accessory stone, I've got a clear take on how it performs day to day. On looks and feel, the black porcelain enameled lid gives it a clean, modern vibe that blends in nicely on a patio. It's about 57.7 inches wide and 27 inches deep, so it's substantial without eating up the whole space. The lid stands tall, which matters when you roast larger cuts or use a rotisserie because you need the extra clearance. The side tables are fixed and feel solid. I can set a heavy platter or a cast iron pan there and it doesn't wobble. The cart has doors up front to hide the tank and grease tray, but the sides are more open than I expected. From my experience, that makes it look a bit less finished from certain angles, though it doesn't impact how it cooks. The handle is sturdy and stays cool enough to grab with bare hands. The control knobs are large and easy to turn, but they're metallized plastic. In my opinion, they look fine yet don't feel as premium as metal. The grates are porcelain enameled cast iron, which means they hold heat well, but brush clean more easily than raw cast iron. The whole unit is heavy in a good way, and the casters roll smoothly with locking fronts so it stays put while you scrub. Assembly took me a while. I used the printed instructions and the 3D guide in the Built app. The app helped when the orientation of certain frame pieces was unclear. The firebox is heavy, so I needed a second set of hands to place it safely. Wire routing for the ignition took patience because the clips need to be placed just right or the lines look messy. Once everything was squared and tightened, the doors aligned and the cart felt rigid. If you're newer to grills, expect a project, not a quick snap together. Out on the patio, the 3 main PureBlu burners and the dedicated extra-large sear zone are the heart of this grill. Quick note for beginners: BTUs are a measure of heat output. What matters more in use is how fast it heats and how evenly it holds that heat. From my experience, preheat to 500 degrees Fahrenheit happens fast, just a few minutes, and the temperature stays stable even when I open the lid to flip. The PureBlu taper design spreads flame evenly from front to back. That translated into very consistent cooking. No surprise cold spot in the front corner, which I've fought on other grills. The sear zone is a second control you kick on when you want serious direct heat. It's perfect for steak night. I used that red knob and laid down thick ribeyes. The Maillard crust developed quickly without overcooking the center. When I didn't want that aggressive heat, the regular 3 burners still gave me even grilling for chicken thighs and skewers. Flavorizer bars are the angled metal shields over the burners. When juice hits them, it vaporizes, adding a smoky taste, and they help steer grease away from direct flame. That meant fewer flare-ups for me, even with 80/20 burgers. For indirect cooks, I ran 2 burners and kept one off, placed the whole chicken over the cool zone, and the tall lid created steady hot air circulation. The skin crisped nicely, and I didn't have to fight temperature dips. Wind can be a factor with any tall lid grill. I found the Genesis holds temp impressively well, though I'd still orient it with the back to stronger gusts to keep it planted and avoid slamming the lid. Key features that stood out to me are the fast, reliable battery-powered ignition, the extra-large sear zone that truly delivers, and the grease management system. The tray slides out from the front and uses a disposable liner. Swapping liners takes seconds and keeps cleanup from turning into a chore. After a cook, I run the burners on high for a few minutes to burn off residue, then brush the grates and scrape the flavorizer bars. The raised burner ports didn't clog on me, and wiping the enamel lid with glass cleaner keeps it looking new. For space, you get 641 square inches total between the main grate and warming rack. I fit about 18 to 20 standard burgers without crowding, and the warming rack helped finish buns and hold cooked food while the second batch seared. The side tables have tool hooks that keep tongs and a spatula right where I want them. I tried the Weber crafted ecosystem as well. For anyone new to it, those are modular accessories: griddle, pizza stone, sear grate, wok, Dutch oven that fit into a special frame under the right-hand grate. It turns the grill into more than just a grill. The griddle let me do smash burgers and breakfast easily. The pizza stone got hot enough to crisp a thin crust better than my indoor oven. You do have to buy the frame kit and accessories separately, But in my opinion, the flexibility is real and nudges me to use the grill more often during the week, not just on weekends. There are a few quirks. The knobs work fine but feel a bit light compared to the rest of the build. The open cart sides show wiring and the tank more than I prefer. Assembly isn't hard, but it's not quick. Also, this thing has mass. That's usually good, but in strong winds the tall lid can catch air, so I'm careful with placement. None of these change how well it cooks, but they're worth knowing before you buy. What I like, and the part that matters most to me, is how predictable it is. Even heat, quick preheat, and a sear zone that actually sears make it simple to get repeatable results. From my experience, that cuts down on guesswork for newer grillers and lets more experienced folks be efficient. It's perfect for someone who wants steakhouse-level crust on steaks, steady heat for chicken and ribs, and the option to swap in a griddle or pizza stone without buying a completely different cooker. I'd recommend this for anyone who values cooking performance first and wants a durable, low-fuss setup they can grow into with accessories. If you're sensitive to the look of open-sided carts or you want metal knobs, you might nitpick those details. If you cook in a very windy area, I'd add a cover and pick a sheltered spot. In conclusion, the Weber Genesis E-325 hits the mark for a reliable, versatile propane grill. It heats fast, cooks evenly, and the sear zone does exactly what it promises. The grease tray system is simple and clean. The grates hold heat like champs, and the Weber-crafted compatibility expands what you can make outdoors. In my opinion, this is a strong mid-range choice that prioritizes thermal performance and day-to-day usability over flashy extras. It's the grill I reach for when I want straightforward, consistent results without fuss. If you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel and drop your questions or your own grill stories in the comments. Thank you for watching.